Alright guys, so with Parfait Cookie's Magic Candy out, there are a couple comps that are coming out that is actually replacing Snapdragon and using someone like Parfait. So I wanted to show you guys one comp that is going to be using Parfait as well as Rockstar. So this is going to be a team here guys, and it is going to be using 3 epics. However, 2 of them are going to need the Magic Candy, and that's going to be with Hollerberry, Knight Sherbet, Rockstar, as well as Parfait here. This comp works really well because Rockstar is able to put that curse protection onto your cookies, and then now Parfait is also able to put that debuff immunity onto someone like Sherbet and prevent Sherbet from taking the, sign of the star, as well as also preventing other debuffs and curse from taking place. So this is going to be the comp that I have worked with. I've tried out Snapdragon as well. It works out, but it is definitely weaker against the Stardust comp. Alright guys, so before we get back into the video, I do want to thank the sponsor of today's video, and that is going to be LD Player. So just like always, I've been using LD Player for the longest time now for this channel, playing Cookie Run Kingdom, and it is the best emulator that I have used, allowing me to play not only Cookie Run Kingdom but other Android games that are going to be available inside of the Google Play Store. LD Player is amazing guys. It is the absolute best emulator that I have used without any problems so far. Their support is definitely amazing as well. They try to fix any problems that come up right away, especially for Cookie Run Kingdom. But if you guys want to use the emulator like myself and play on your PC, then click the link down in the description and download LD Player and try it out yourself and enjoy your Cookie Run Kingdom gameplay on your computer. So here we go guys, let's go over the topping real quick. I have Knight first with 5 of the solid almond here. We are going with damage resist as well as attack speed and some attack and crit. I did not put any cooldown because in my opinion mainly the damage comes out from Sherbet, and Knight is there to clutch for the team mainly, so that's the reason why I went just with attack speed, so that he does do enough damage at the very end where his Wrath of the Commander buff is going to give him most of the buff that he needs. So his Magic Candy is at level 30, but it is usable starting from level 10. Next one is going to be Hollerberry. Hollerberry is also using 5 of the solid almond with damage resist focus and around 7 to maybe even 9% cooldown if you guys can get it. The reason why Hollerberry is again using 5 of the solid almond is because of amount of Sherbets out there, and because we do have 2 healers right now who are able to give curse protection and debuff immunity. There is no real need for Hollerberry to go out in front and just protect the team every single time with the full Swift Chocolate. So that's why I'm going with solid almond here guys. Next one is going to be Rockstar. 5 of the Swift Chocolate here, focusing on the damage resist, 5% crit in order to give the 35% maximum crit to all of your teammates except himself, and then of course on that cooldown at least 17.3% in order for him to have a 3-second start, and a little bit higher if you guys can get it, but not too high because it can mess up the skill order as well. Next one is going to be Sherbet here. Sherbet is using 5 of the Swift Chocolate as well here, and we are using damage resist focus and cooldown. At least 22.4 is optimal. 23% if you guys can get there, that is going to be around the best substat you can get it. I have attack speed, it's not required, but it does help out in him using his skill a little bit faster, and his shards do go out a little bit faster as well. And the last one is going to be Parfait with full Swift Chocolate or full solid almond. You guys can test it out and see which one works for you guys. In most cases, I was able to still survive with the full Swift Chocolate, even with the 21.2% damage resist. The cooldown doesn't need to be super high. I would say around 16-17% is perfectly fine too, but the higher you can get it, the better it's going to be in constantly putting that debuff immunity onto Sherbet. And then of course, if you guys are using a full solid almond, damage is focused at around 7 to 8% cooldown in order for Parfait to use her skill a little bit more often. Right now, Parfait's Magic Candy is only at level 14, alright, so it's not at level 20 or 30, so just keep that in mind. Again, Knight is at level 30, and just like before, the treasures are going to be the feather, watch, as well as the whistle. So here we go guys, let me show you guys this team in action and show you guys which teams you should be going up against with this comp, or try to avoid with this comp if you guys do face them inside of the arena. Alright guys, so first one is going to be a double tank double DPS, except they do have a rare scroll, so we're going to go up against this one here. Let's go. Alright guys, so this comp works very similar to the comp that we had before, which instead of the Parfait, last time we used Snapdragon to have a safeguarded, get all those buffs onto our cookies, but the main problem was still going to be a Stardust. However, with this particular comp, because of the fact that we have Rockstar who's able to put that curse protection, and now with Parfait who's also able to put that Parfait buff, it does allow, you know, Sherbet as well as T-Knight to be a little bit tankier, a little bit stronger as well, and you know, prevent them from actually taking a ton of damage. All right, but here we go. This time around, our Rockstar and Sherbet did die, but again, because we do have our T-Knight, you know, sometimes, you know, they can die out, but T-Knight will finish off the job here. All right, Parfait putting that Parfait buff onto T-Knight. All right, but no problem there. We are going to survive. Holleberry is still really, really tanky as well. And boom, there you guys go. T-Knight absolutely carrying it again. And then Sherbet right here doing 2.5 million. Wasn't able to do too much because he did die off a little bit early, but T-Knight is there to also just clutch it for you. All right, guys, so this time around 2-2-1, but they do have the epic scroll. So here we go. And here we go, guys. So this is going to be the standard comp here. All right, and this one right here, you guys can see we were able to cleanse it right there easily, which was good right there. All right, and that's gonna allow Parfait to stay alive for a little bit longer. All right, Sign of the Star is not being applied to Sherbet here, which is really good. We have the legendary Rock Spirit preventing Curse as well. And Rockstar is gonna die, heal like cookies. Parfait did die there too, but not a problem because Parfait did get healed by Rockstar after coming back alive. And now T-Knight, Wrath of the Commander, Sherbet is still alive. Easy victory. All right, so those two, especially with Parfait's burst heal as well with the magic candy, it actually allows Sherbet to stay alive a lot longer and T-Knight to also stay alive for a lot longer here. So there you guys go. 3.6 million coming out from Sherbet as well as 3.1 million coming out from T-Knight. And that was against a standard team. Moonlight did do a lot of damage. There are times, however, just keep in mind that these comps can actually burst down your teams if their toppings are set a little bit differently. But in most cases right now, I was able to beat this, especially when Rockstar dies and heal our cookies. And you guys can see 9.19 million coming out from both our healers compared to the 5.8 million that the Snapdragon has over there. Alright guys, so this one is going to be with the Feather this time around and a double tank, double DPS it seems like, so let's go. Alright, here we go guys. This time around another standard comp, except we versed the Rare Scroll, we versed the Epic Scroll, and now we're versing a Feather comp here. Alright, and we were able to put the Parfait buff on our Sherbet, preventing that Sign of the Star initially. Alright, and this time around it's actually going to be placed on our Sherbet. But we still have the legendary Rock Spirit, which means that we were able to cleanse it. We're able to get rid of it. Alright, and here comes the Fire Breath. And Rockstar did die. Parfait did die too, but Rockstar again, healing with the Encore. Sherbet is still alive, putting all that Frost stacks. Parfait is able to shield our cookies too. And there we go. Alright, or at least the Sherbet extra healing as well, and the shielding. And boom, there you go, again. Even a Feather one. 5.1 million coming out from Sherbet, as well as 3.6 million coming out from T-Knight. And Pattaya, yes, the Fire Breath is pretty darn deadly, but the Encore, as well as Parfait's, crazy healing right now, is absolutely just able to keep our cookies alive, especially Sherbet from dying off. So 9.5 million coming out from Parfait this time around. 9.3 million coming out from Rockstar. And even if Sherbet is the one to die, it's actually a lot better because Sherbet is able to come back, quickly cast that Frost again. But both times, Parfait did die, but Rockstar was able to just heal all of our cookies, give these stacks to T-Knight, and finish the job. Alright guys, so a comp that I do want to recommend you guys to try and stay away from is going to be a 2-1-2 comp. And the reason why I say this is because herb comps are still out there and you do not want to take the chance, in my opinion, of a losing battle. If you guys are versing a 2-1-2, you guys can just use a standard comp. You guys can also use a different, like a music comp right here that we have gotten before. And you guys can try out different teams, but definitely with the Sherbet, it is not going to be recommended. You guys can also just use someone like Stardust instead of someone like Sherbet. That also works out too. But here we go, guys. Let me just show you guys this team. We don't know if this is going to be herb, but yeah, just try to stay away from 2-1-2 if possible. Alright guys, so this one is not going to be the herb, but it is going to be a Shining Glitter and Parfait with Snapdragon. Alright, and then they have Pattaya as well. So hopefully our Parfait is able to get rid of that zap for us and then allow Sherbet to still have that shield, which is going to be really important for him to survive. Alright, and here comes the Parfait buff again. And that's the Fire Breath. None of our cookies died yet. That's really, really good. But they also do take a lot less damage because of Parfait and Snapdragon healing. And on top of all of that, all right, Shining Glitter's glitter buff actually prevents a lot of the crit damage from taking place. So we'll see if we're actually able to beat this here. Sherbet is still relatively healthy. Rockstar seems like he's going to die early, but he is going to come back with the feather. All right. And here we go. We got Sherbet using skill again. And wow. All right. So in most cases like this, it is pretty hard for us to kind of counter because the amount of debuff resist as well as shielding, healing going on. You guys can see that Parfait is absolutely kicking it with 18 million healing. All right. They also do have the epic scroll, and it seems like the magic candy is a little bit higher in level than mine right now. But you guys can see it's just so hard to go up against a 2 healer with just Sherbet alone, especially if it's Shining Glitter or if it's a herb and things like that. So probably, in my opinion, not good to go up against a 2-1-2. Use a different comp. Use this comp more towards a 2-2-1 if anything. But anyways, guys, this is going to be a revised version of the Knight as well as the Sherbet comp. Yes, you guys are still able to use Snapdragon, but in my opinion, it is going to work a little bit better because not only are you able to put that debuff immunity onto Sherbet, but you're also able to give 50% debuff resist to all of your cookies, also 10% defense buff, and extra, just healing in general when you guys do crit with Rockstar and things like that. So in my opinion, this is going to be a little bit better if you guys have Parfait built from previous, arena metas that we had gotten, as well as if you guys are able to put Parfait's magic candy up to +10. Anyways, guys, I will come up with more comps videos for you guys and share with you guys after more testing during live streams. So if you guys found the video helpful, please let me know down in the comments below. And also, if you guys have any suggestions, also leave it down in the comments below and I'll try it out and see if it works out. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys all on the next one.